bubbles coming out the side of a cow's hoof is never a good sign. This is the Hoof GP.
And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you.
This boot is clearly really overgrown and we've got bubbles coming out of here, if we can see them, which is very rare. You don't normally see that happen straight away. And she's also, oh, actually, as I pull that hoof horn, look, there's more bubbles coming. Not good. But all of this is completely split open. In fact, if I just get the knife, I'll be able to pull quite a bit of this hoof horn away out of the road and see exactly what on earth is going on. Wow, look at all that coming away. More bubbles. Although I'm just kind of hacking in here, I do know all of this is overgrowth, so I can be fairly brutal with my swipes with the knife. She is absolutely just full up of mud and manure, isn't she? Right, I think what we'll do is we'll shape it up with the grinder, get a block on, and then really go after this trim. Right, actually got new grinders to try out. Our other ones were slightly underperforming, and to be totally honest, somebody just turned up at my house and gave me 4 of these. So we're gonna try them and see how we get on. So as I take this new fancy blue grinder, straight away I'm struck by how much more powerful and smooth it is actually. I trim back the inner claw so that it's ready to take this block and vastly reduce the size of the outer claw so that it can get down to business with the knife. I don't want to go too far though, because the structures inside this hoof capsule are extremely delicate, and a hoof this size often has deviated proportions inside, proportions which I don't yet fully understand. So I stop short of where I know I need to be so that Kev can get this block glued into position. While he's doing that, I'll remind you guys my book Bruised Soul is still available for pre-order. There aren't very many copies left for the pre-order right now because I don't want to have too many orders and then not be able to fulfill them in time. But there are still some available because we did buy an awful lot to begin with. If you want one, go to thehoofgp.com and pre-order yours right now. It's the only time we'll be signing the book, so if you want a signed copy, now's the time to get it. Anyway, oh, it's cold brown. Like, how rude is that? You're going to remove a lot more hoof horn from here. You can actually see it starting to bubble up a little bit here. Not actual bubbles, but you can see a raised bit here in the white line where clearly this issue extends down to. Oh, these knives are lovely. Lovely and sharp. So we just take very, very thin slithers of hoof horn from here. Look, you can see it breaking through now. That double sole just covering everything up. But I really don't want to take too much off there just now. So we'll move back up here to the edge of our hoof and start carving away this wall horn. There's clearly a cavity. The cavity's not empty. It's not filled with fluid or anything like that, I don't think. Oh, did you see that? It just fell right in. Wow, look at all that. Right. Keep going, Graham, keep going. Really don't like these cows being in the crush for any longer than they need to be. And they don't like it either. Just continue down this wall horn. Taking small slithers from the inside, but we really want to get rid of these hard edges so that we know that it's not going to continue to crack. Dish this out just that bit more. Again, there's a crack in there that we need rid of, but we also want to get the weight away from the pedal bone, which is under this part of the foot. More cracking hoof horn. When I say cracking hoof horn, I don't mean, oh, that's cracking. I mean hoof horn, which is cracking. Work our way around this lesion from the edges inwards, getting closer and closer to the centre of it all the time. Look, Kev's getting a bandage ready. He's a good boy, really, isn't he? Never even asked him. Right. Oh, this bit's the delicate bit. This is when you can get crimson in a heartbeat. Oh, you're okay, you're okay. So you're flinching a little bit there. You can actually see that's slightly darker, so there must be a bit of a hollow underneath. Yep. You see that, and then you push through really gently because you're like, yes, I'm fairly sure that's right, but I could be wrong. Get a hook under there. You can see where all those bubbles from the start were coming out of now, can't you? Oh, it extends right up in there, look. Oh, it's juicy in there, isn't it? I think we'll give this a bit of a clean out now. Just gently take this little high part away. Seems to be keeping the slurry from dispelling. Right, we'll give it a bit of a jet out. The jet is bringing the red stuff. That just shows how delicate you need to be with a knife. Literally, the spray from this has caused that to happen. Just look at how raw and open that is. And actually, it's in the shape of a love heart. Although there's not much I love about it. So now that my hands are completely out of the way and it's nice and clean, you can actually see the digital dermatitis attacking the corium. Because there's dermatitis present, we're spraying it with this Repoderma, which is full of zinc and copper oxide, which should break down the cell walls of the dermatitis and allow the cow's immune system to then actually kill the treponema. The treponema being the dermatitis itself. This wrap should keep the product firmly in place until the dermatitis is completely dead. Lovely. I'll just trim back those dew claws a little bit so that they don't attract mud any more than they need to. Dew claws aren't really needed by a cow. It's thought that they were actually developed for when cows were out in the wilderness to stop their feet from sinking into the mud quite so far. Just like a little barb. Right, now that that's done, actually I need to do the other one as well. Wait. Straight after actually getting this trimmed, we'll get her feet back on the ground and get her out, back to her bed. Jeez, oh, she is really feeling that. But hopefully she is now on the road to recovery, or at least feeling more comfortable. You have to remember the true name of what we do is functional hoof trimming. Making that hoof more functional is my job, and if I've done that, then I'm happy.